This is the ultimate escape from the city. The couple collected hundreds of sturdy cloud mountains. Do it yourself and take 3 years. In the middle of a deserted jungle, build a dream mansion worth millions. Not only is the interior furniture made by hand, it also creates greenhouses to grow fruits and vegetables. Success in achieving self-sufficiency in the wild. In order to avoid housing and car loans, take your wife and live a life of peace. Annan sold the house he had lived in the city for many years, and into the uninhabited wilderness of Canada. Spend your savings on 100 acres of land. They plan to build their new home here. The autumn jungle is colorful. The stream flows like a green forest. Everything is alive. Before coming here, Annan has already drawn the drawings for the new home. A 2-story house with a small area, enough for them to live the life of their dreams. Now the entire forest is his private property. Let him attack Brother Shu without hesitation. On average, a cloud mountain can be cut down every 100 strokes, after removing the implied right-hand man. For easy preservation, and leave it to the wife to remove the bark. This is for them without modern tools. Certainly a huge and difficult task. It's not that we can't afford power tools, mainly because of lack of money. The work progress is slow. Sometimes it's hard to cut down a tree. I found that it was still rotten inside. This slows down the work even more. Busy from autumn to winter, even if the forest is covered with snow, they are still in their posts, with the last cloud mountain crashing down, due to the fact that winter is not suitable for construction. Wait until spring comes. They just officially started the construction plan. Dig a suitable foundation pit in the ground, and plan the approximate scope of the new home. Take out the cement chip from the bottom of the mountain, and add water. After stirring, pour the foundation pillar of the new home with the mold. Insert a steel bar before it dries. It is convenient to proceed to the next step at that time, in order to be able to pass down 3 generations in one room. They poured 9 of these spines in a row. After a winter, the surface of the wood has oxidized and turned black. Before they are officially launched, also need to enjoy a dozen exfoliation services. Restore the surface to its original state, and then it's measured with a laser. Find the center line of the corset. After opening the gap along the mark with a chisel, knot the wooden flute into it little by little. Let the corset be willing to split in the middle. This was the original way of processing logs. If you don't have a handy tool by your side, I suggest you buy a mail saw. Otherwise, this method is too troublesome. After dividing it into 2, then treat the surface to smooth and flat. Can be transferred to the built foundation through pre-reserved steel parts. Secure the log firmly, splicing out the bottom structure of the wooden house. Due to the preparation to build a wooden house this time, the upper and lower layers of logs need to be marked, and you start with the saw. Then remove the excess with an axe. Carve out the shape of the groove little by little. Make sure it's seamless. The part that extends out the front, it's Annan's reserved spot for the terrace. But because the bottom is suspended, you also need to add logs for support, and reinforced with ruthless nails, in order to make the overall structure more stable. They put shoes on each part. After all, he still plans to pass it on to his son here. Every detail must be perfected. Then the division of labor is clear. The wife is responsible for chiseling the cat's eyes in the frame. The husband mainly treats the logs into damage. Combine the two and hit them in turn. Reinforcement with nails, as a keel frame for the floor, etc. Seal the platform with a new songboard. Then you can start building the wall. Although only hand tools are around, every log wastes a lot of time. But the two have no complaints about it. It's about helping each other, working together to complete their new home. And each layer of paint, you have to cut holes in the logs, and then it's reinforced with wood cuts. Make sure the walls at the construction site can be more stable. And considering the trouble of posting production, the couple first made the door frame, snap into the reserved groove at the bottom. Then you can use this as a reference. Lay logs up layer by layer. As the wall succeeds, it reaches half-human height. Windows operate in the same way. After opening the groove on the round screen, fix it in advance, for better lighting in the future. The pair reserved windows for each wall. The temperature in the jungle is starting to rise day by day. They go to work every day, and a clearing not far away. Plant some vegetable seeds, and transplanted a few tomatoes. Looking forward to their early growth. Living a self-sufficient life in the wild. Watching the walls reach the expected height, before starting capping. And in plans to build the attic frame first, but without the blessing of modern tools. You want to get a thick beam up there. Only seek the help of your father-in-law to lift it up to the wall little by little. Move it to the middle. Use a chisel to make grooves from both ends. Make it seamless with the lower log. 100 years of harmony with the wall. And they work together. Cut a hairy keel out of a log. Also treat it as a damaged head. Make the two firmly integrated. Then, install a grain column on each side of the wall. Due to the rainy climate here, the roof he was going to design as a double slope structure. But with the departure of my father-in-law, you can only rely on yourself to measure hundreds of caddies. With prefixed steel nails, he painstakingly moved the logs up layer by layer, watching the feat accomplished before my eyes. The young couple couldn't help hugging each other. Completed the hardest part. The rest is just the void hand. With a 20 centimeters long ruthless killer nail, fix the spreaders on both sides, while chiseling grooves in the bottom. Make it fit better with the wall. The next day, the two people shipped the composite version, after taking the long few steps with the hand tool, laying it on the roof as a lookout board. This step needs to be very careful. If you are not careful, it will be too difficult to see in advance. Fortunately, the frame of the attic has been fixed. Let him stand on it and work steadily. In addition, my wife has worked hard for the past 6 months. Whether it's a helper or do simple tasks alone, he can do it well now. Wait until the last composite plate is fixed. Considering the dangers of working at heights, the two tied the safety rope to their bodies. Start covering the roof with moisture-proof cloth. The next day was a beautiful sunny day. The couple invited some tree brothers in the jungle. Make a sturdy ladder out of them. In the future, there is no need to worry about climbing operations. It is also convenient to lay the last layer of color steel tiles. The wife is responsible for playing below. Cooperate with the husband to fix it on it. Because there are no awesome tools, every step seems incredibly difficult. And each batch of color steel tiles is shipped. It takes a couple to walk along mountain road. To put it where it belongs. Lay the last tile. Time has also quietly arrived in the autumn of another year, dyeing heavy makeup for the jungle. It's like being in a beautiful painting. The tomatoes planted by the previous two. Now it's harvest time. Secondly, the vegetables that were sprinkled at the beginning. It also delivered the fruit as expected. Look at the fruits of your own labor. Let them not help but sigh that time flies. Then the two went indoors, removed the previously laid floor. Due to the rush to speed up the construction progress at that time, there are no protective measures at the bottom. So much so that now it needs to be reworked. However, before starting the insulation work, the couple first cut the barbed wire, fix it under the joist, and then you can fill it. After completion, the wife also stuffed the wall with thermal insulation cotton. Make sure you don't even try to sneak into the room if there's a trace of cold wind. At the same time, the gables on both sides should also be framed, and reserve the position of the window, so that the sun can pass through the hall smoothly. The blank space is sealed with wooden boards. It is said that sleeping late is like the most poisonous wind. The attic as a future bedroom. Excellence must be achieved at every step. Cut irregular places. Make sure the planks fit together. As the temperature gets cooler day by day, the Innans brought a fireplace down the mountain. But considering that the houses are all wooden structures, high temperatures can easily ignite it. Before the official installation, and I had to build a fire prevention platform out of stones. Fortunately, there is no shortage of stones around. After smoothing the surface with cement for splicing, look at the delicate technique. I knew this kid must have graduated from Lanshion. Playing is to brush off the excess dust on the surface, highlighting the natural texture of the stone. Then the two of them brought back the fireplace. The size is also just right. To prevent carbon monoxide poisoning, the installation of the shallots should also be very careful. Be careful to mark the opening position with nails first, and we cut it from the outside with a handsaw. The size required to cut the shallots. After fixing the baffle from both sides, you can install a square interface. Fix the exhaust pipe on it, then put on the rain cover, glue the connection to seal it. They don't give rainwater any access to the interior. Wait until the connection inside is completed. The window ordered at this time also just arrived. It's just that the journey is a bit laborious. Thanks to the accuracy of dimensional measurement, it is very smooth for two people to install. It didn't take long, considering the aesthetics of the wooden house, and trimmed a flat head for the wall uniformly. And the couple who tasted the sweetness, and collected many stones by the river. Bring it back to the wooden house and match it with cement. Paste it on the floor of the door. Try to fill every gap, to make the whole look more beautiful. Wipe it clean with a rag when you're done. This appearance has immediately improved several grades. Seeing that winter is coming, they don't have much time left. The two must catch up before the heavy snow covers the mountain. Complete the insulation work of the wooden house. Fill the stretches into the hills of the roof, and then we cover it with plastic film. Further improve the sealing effect of the room. It can also effectively prevent moisture erosion. Note that the seams should be firmly glued with tape. The skyladder built by the previous construction of the roof. Now it's time to lay off. Form into two sections according to the desired length, just right for the gable. Then the board is cut to the appropriate length. Take it up and fill the gaps in the corners. On the other hand, the wife is not idle either, busy sealing the room with thermal insulation cotton, and the gaps in the plastic film. If there is not enough wood, then go find some lucky tree brothers in the jungle. Cut it in the middle, bring it back for the next step. In order to preserve wood for a longer period of time, first, a silky exfoliating suit. Remove eggs hidden in the bark. It's then thrown into the fire and carbonized. Do a good job of preservative work on the bottom of the wood. Take advantage of the time when the wood is carbonized. Adam dug several chicken pits in the ground. He's going to build a woodshed here. Carbonized wood is inserted into it. It doesn't have to be very big. 4 columns are enough to hold them all. Wait until buried in soil. The middle is connected with logs, and that creates the general framework of the roof. The bottom also needs to be reinforced. Then the upload is laid on the roof, and put a shoe scale on the firewood house, to ensure that the overall structure can be more stable. Instead of building firewood houses, but to have more urgent work to do. That is to quickly make a small door for the wooden house. After all, in the uninhabited wild, personal safety is always a top priority. Each part should be firmly reinforced with screws. When you're done, follow the shape of the door panel. Cut off the excess. Fill the gaps with foam board. Make it have a good thermal insulation effect. Finally covered with planks. A solid wooden door is made. After installing it with an anklet, it will be safer to live in it in the future. The next day, heavy snow covered the jungle. I can feel the chill through the window. Annan, who can't bear it, quickly lights the fireplace to warm up the room as soon as possible. You can also cook breakfast to warm your body, because there's still a lot to do today. This wooden house was accidentally discovered by Annan. It seems to have been abandoned for a long time, since there is no master. Then don't blame yourself for being rude. Bring all these planks home, laying in a woodshed as a floor, after reinforcement with nails. Then cut the excess part neatly. This is really the flower of the province. Don't treat yourself as an outsider at all. And wilderness isn't wilderness. To be truly comfortable here, we also need to solve the electricity problem of the new home first. Install the panels on a round screen. Make him acceptable. More power from the sun god. Since the snow closed the mountain, it became very difficult for the two to go down the mountain to buy materials. It was supposed to be an hour away. I had to walk for nearly an afternoon before returning. It just so happens that this weather is not suitable for going out. Annan plans to lay the floor today. But first you have to mark it according to the shape. Rigorous cutting of inappropriate places. Make sure it fits tightly after being fixed. Wait until the floor is laid. In order to increase the service life, apply wood wax oil evenly to the surface. It prevents the wood from corroding. It also adds to the overall feel. Then, Annan moved the toilet. Temporarily solved the problem of going to the toilet first. The next day, the two went back to their hometown. I brought my grandfather's bathtub. It is just suitable to place it in the corner. And Annan slotted the top beam. After measuring the height, treat logs to the same length, and chisel out the damage at the top. It's stuck in the slot just opened. This is to divide the location of the bathroom. Then the planks can be retrieved. Seal the walls of the toilet. Due to the limited indoor space, Annan makes a frame next to the toilet. After laying the countertop on it, this will be the kitchen from now on. Bottom rack. It is very convenient to store pots and pans. The top is also arranged with wooden planks. Seasonings such as firewood, rice, oil and salt can be placed. In order to further increase the usable area of the wooden house, the couple adopted a bamboo shoot structure. Frames are fixed on the patio in front of the door. They're going to seal it up. After 2 years, the exercise of time, the two became more and more tacit understanding. The massive structure was assembled very quickly, since it will only store daily necessities in the future. So there's no need for insulation. Just seal it with a wooden board. But considering the number of mosquitoes in the jungle, Annan filled the blank with gauze. This will not obstruct the view. Sit inside and drink tea to warm up in the future. Just thinking about it makes me feel happy. Time blinks by. Spring is coming soon. To people who lived here for a winter. And I also realized what they weren't. The gap in the wall leaks badly. It needs to be refilled with mortar. And then they put a tarp on the porch. Fix the remaining color steel tiles of the building. Glass glue along the edges. Make sure there will be no more water leaks. At the same time, the ceiling of the house is also sealed. Each wooden board, Annan, must be carefully polished. Then leave it to the wife to install it. Make the interior look perfect. Since the two bedrooms are in the attic, to prevent yourself from accidentally rolling down, Annan installed a support wood in the middle, and I fastened branches to the side as railings. Close to nature at the same time. It looks beautiful when it's done. Considering that ladders take up too much space, Annan divides it into from the middle. Reassemble it with anklets. The top is fixed to the edge of the attic. It's a staircase that folds. Put it on as usual. The room doesn't look too crowded either. Take advantage of the nice weather today. The two went down the mountain to buy some supplies. The vegetables they grew in front of their door before basically didn't make it through the winter. So this time they learned their lesson. Bought a greenhouse in town, thanks to a modular assembly method. For two people who can handle even a big house. That's a lot of work. And they brought the planks, divided into different areas. After pouring in nutrient soil, plant some of your favorite vegetable seedlings. Looking forward to eating hand-grown vegetables in the coming year. To have a place to stay when my parents come, the couple made another bench in the corner, installed the bottom with an anklet. You can also store sundries under it. And Annan did exactly that. We framed the chairs around the corners. It's just different from before. The wooden square glue stack above is fixed. If you pull it out like this, it will turn into a big bed in seconds. Sleeping 2 or 3 people is no problem at all. There is still a table to eat at. However, Annan said it is no problem. The joints are spliced with white latex. Then screw in the screws for reinforcement. Finally, apply light wood wax oil. Doesn't this table look like a new one? In the evening, the two cooked a sumptuous meal. A celebration party built as a new home. After 3 years of hard work, period regardless of spring, summer, autumn and winter, countless trips to and from the jungle, they finally achieved their dream. In this isolated jungle, live the life you really want.